Check, check. Radio check. Check, check. Radio check. Alright, since we got audio there, I should probably mute this. That doesn't come through on the desktop. And, yeah. I need to check all of my different sources. See what we got going on here. Or I guess all of my, not sources, but outlets. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's check this app and see. Okay. I can hear it, I can see it. Got it. Okay, so that one's good. Now let's do Twitch. Make sure this one is up. Mod view. I can hear the music, I can hear my voice. Fantastic. And then YouTube. Who would have thought that you could do all this one day? YouTube. Okay, looks like it's up. All three of them. Alright, so let's fire up some stuff. Okay, that's all rolling. So, Unreal Editor for Fortnite. Shall we begin? Let's see what we can build. Paste. Paste. There it goes. Okay, so... see how many degens we get in here today. Okay. Put the phone down. Having thoughts. What to do today, what to work on. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look at the solar system, because I was working on some stuff in there to update. At one point, oh yeah, we might want to dial this back too, because it's really bright right now in the game from what we saw last night. I haven't updated it in a while, but there is... Whoa, that was fast. Okay, so this here is something that I was working on. Curious. Who is your counterpart? Articulated cherry blossom dragon? What is that? ACBD? Yeah. Hello there. So we need to... Oh, I think that's the counterpart. Let me go search group E. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this in here. The shortcut. Launch session. Now we get to launch Fortnite. So my thoughts are, and I've had this concept for a while with the solar system, so I want to set up more detailed planets so that they look, you know, cooler, higher resolution. And then have space stations where you just kind of hang out and chill. And then we could add music devices into the game. So yeah, if you just want to go hang out next to a planet, oh my goodness. Solar system name cannot start with a number. Never had this problem before. "2K Jupiter has an invalid name. 2K Saturn has an invalid name. Cannot start with a number." Fine. I guess we'll have to do something about that before the next update, but for now, I don't know why it's a problem. It wasn't before, now it is. Grr, arg. Where did I put Fortnite? There. K-pop Demon Hunters, now in Fortnite. So for any of you that have Netflix or watch Netflix and are into this sort of thing, it's there. Yeah, and in fact, a lot of those assets and things are available. I don't even know where they are at this point, because I haven't done this for a while. Characters. I wonder what they would have it under. Prefab. Props. I suppose, you know, what we could do is just click the Fortnite folder and then put in K-pop. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Checkpoint. KPO. Demon Hunters. Well, Demon brings up all of these various assets. Roof stairs, masks, Desdemona, Cryptic, Caleritas, Neon Sign, Demon Man. Yeah, I don't know. They're supposed to be in here somewhere. I just don't know where to find them. I'll have to look that up. Okay, so here's our exceptionally bright sunshine. Like, overpoweringly bright. It used to not be this bright. Something changed in engine. Are they? Oh, man. I probably should, you know, figure something out to watch that, or at least get some more history on it. But yeah, like the weapons and stuff, I saw some of the different, you know, preview things for K-pop Demon Hunters, and yeah, so it just went live like yesterday or the day before Fortnite, like very recent. Yeah. And there's no embargo. It was an immediate release for us. And so, because like what they didn't do it like Squid Games. Hopefully they learned, because Squid Games was a hot mess trying to do all those releases and having the embargoes, and you couldn't release it till a specific date. But with K-pop, they just were like, all right, it's in there, go ham, have fun with it. But yeah, this the way the material is showing up now in the game engine as it's being rendered here, it just makes all of this difficult to read or see. It used to not be this bright. So I'm going to have to go in and tweak some of the material properties to get this to just calm down a bit. Because it's just overboard. Like, kind of over the top in terms of the brightness. But let's go test out our satellite station. Oh, yeah, there's that too. So, yeah, imagine having a nice high-resolution Earth that you can just chill. I don't see the clouds, though. I must not have gotten around to that just yet when I was working on it. And then also the seams are still showing. You can see that one that's right over by India, Pakistan. They're in the water. If we get close enough, it actually disappears. So maybe... Oh, you can barely see the atmosphere. You can see the lights coming on as they pass as the countries, islands pass the meridian. And it starts to get dark, so all the lights are coming on the planet. We can look down here and see the Philippines. What do you know? Some of Indonesia, Cambodia, Thailand. Down here is Australia, the land of Oz. Very dark, except for the outer edges, like where civilization is. Right? So, and then New Zealand, down here. You can see it in the dark. Curious. It won't let me go full screen. Yeah, I guess just in developer mode. I don't know. Oh, I did not want to do that. Shoot. Okay, give me a second. Oh, did I just break that? Shoot. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So, question mark. don't know. I need to fix that. Refresh this page and see if I can pull up. I don't know. Crap. I guess we're stuck with it. May show up later. But I will have to figure out how to take care of that. In any event, okay, so yeah, the idea is to set up a really great view of the Earth from like the satellite view, so to speak. High resolution. So if I, depending on how far away the satellite will be in terms of the view, like here you can see it's pixelating and it's losing its clarity and cohesiveness. But a little bit further out, like here, it looks pretty good as the simulation goes. Yeah. Oh my. Really fast flying here. Yeah, I don't even. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do just to kind of help make things a little bit more don't I have? I do. I guess. Oh, that's curious. So it's the barrier for the stars. It's one way, like a one-way mirror. You can see through that side, but not this side. So I need to just make another one of these. Let's just duplicate that. Shift, grab the arrow, and. Or no, maybe it's Control. Control D duplicates. There we go. Okay, and then we just need to rotate it 90 degrees. Actually, look at that. It's already rotated 90. Wrong direction. (180 degrees). Need to flip it all the way around. Mystic. Hey there, Troy. Welcome in to chat and the stream. Okay, that should not have. This should have. Why are you? All right, fine. Set rotation. Now I just forgot about my bookmarks. Alright, let's focus on this plane again. And we need to rotate it. What's the hotkey for those? E. Okay. Why am I not snapping? Okay, so now we should be able to block that. Let's go back. Push changes. Well, thank you. So this is the solar system. It's one of my Fortnite maps. I've made 6 of them. And I'm just kind of messing around right now. I just want to make sure that, you know, stream is working, all the tools, you know, all the technical issues that I had last night. Turns out if you just go and update your software and like get the latest update and, you know, drivers for your video card and everything, it seems to be working fine now. Not having all the problems that we had last night. Yes, we know. We gotta rename all those materials, all those. That's fine. Meanwhile, this is what a game looks like from the developer side of things. Right now it's pushing the updates for that Starfield. Because right now, oh, there it is. It is there. Great. And we can see the clouds. Nope, it's not there. Whoops. It should push soon enough. It's sending all the... It's uploading everything right now. So we just gotta wait for it to update. I thought it was there for a second. Okay, so the next thing to do is figure out why the clouds show up here, but not when we were just playing a moment ago. And the clouds definitely show up here. Why is that layer not visible? So, clouds, atmosphere, high-res clouds. There's all the materials down there. Emissive light source? No, it should not be. So otherwise your clouds would glow in the dark on the other side. The lights we want to be emissive, right? So when it's nighttime, you can see the lights on the far side of the planet. Flat shading. So I keep clipping through that barrier wall. There's some material issues here that I need to figure out the alignment on. Yeah, it's just so hard trying to do this workaround because the limitations of Fortnite, you can't make something this big at this resolution. You're limited to 2K textures. And we need 8K resolution or 4K resolution in order for it to look decent, you know? Okay, so we're in. Here we go. Let's go try this out. In theory, this will be our space station. For now, it's just a mock-up. Temporary holding. Okay, so yeah, there's no clouds. Like, what happened to my clouds? Bruh. So at this distance, the horizontal seam, the line at the equator, disappears. And it still looks really clean and clear. So if we look at the Philippine Islands there, Whoops, that's too far. So if we set our space station at like this distance, and you can see the lights up there on Japan and South Korea starting to come on. Eastern coast of China mainland is lighting up. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out. The atmosphere is a little tough to see. It doesn't look the same as our other model. Maybe it does. And I'm debating whether or not to speed up this animation. I mean, you want to get a sense, like, if you're chilling in space, you want to see that the Earth is moving, but you don't want it flying by, right? You want it to be, serene, I would say. Let's go look at the other side here. Whoops. Alright, North-South America. It's in the dark, that's why the lights are on. Africa's going through its day, so South America, Brazil, it's going to be twilight, early morning in this particular instance. But yeah, so atmosphere we need to work on, and the clouds. I gotta figure out why the clouds are not showing up. Because this is what it should look like. Here's the miniature version for the lobby. See, there's clouds. Also, even if you use the ADS, your aim down sights, like zoom in, so to speak, it still looks nice and clean. And this is the effect that I was going for. Is I want crisp, clean textures, because otherwise, if we go look at Mars, this is what happens. See how it's kind of pixelated? And it's because we don't have high enough resolution of materials on the planet applied to the planet in order to really, you know, discern the features. So, you know, like Olympus Mons right there, the largest volcano in the solar system. Like, it's a little fuzzy, you know? It would be nice for it to be clean and crisp and maybe have some relief like what I've been able to do with Planet Earth, because if you get over here, you can actually see shadows in, like, China. So, like, you know, you've got the Himalayan mountain range. It's kind of hard to see here. If I can get it around this way. But you can see these shadows. If you look below the blue map box over there, you can see the shadows because there is relief on the surface of the Earth. And I baked that into the model with the materials so that it will do that. And I'd like to do that for other planets when we set up the space stations. When we aren't staring at the sun, yeah, you can actually see the clouds, and I've exaggerated the atmosphere here to be thicker than it really is. But there's a few things I could probably tweak to make it a little more realistic. But then again, it is Fortnite. It's not that realistic. You know? I mean, come on.
Venus, the second planet from the sun. Head around.
Drive around in our little Mars rover. Right?
Mars is the fourth planet from the sun, situated at
So,
about
I wonder. The textures for these clouds. Earth high-res clouds. Okay, their names do not start with numbers, unlike some of the planets that it was giving us error messages on. I do want to look at these blueprints and... Okay, so there's that. There's our texture sample there. the sky atmosphere lighting direction. Goes in there. Vertex normal. Dot. Math function. Clamp it. Power. And that's applied to the normal. Oh. Opacities at RGBA. Base color, emissive color. We do not want an emissive color. But blend mode is translucent. Material domain is surface. Default lit. I mean, this all looks like cast ray traced shadows. Near as I can tell, this all looks like it's supposed to. Also, okay, so let's go. So that's that cloud. Let's look at. Nope, can't type cloud. Okay, so that's the experimental. Where's the lobby? Earth high-res clouds lobby. See, it uses the same materials. I just duplicated it is all. And made it larger. So why is it not showing up? It shows up here, but it doesn't show up in the game. Okay, so experimental. Question mark. I just thought of something. It might not be large enough, the model. Earth high res, clouds. What's the atmo? 1.015. Clouds are at 1.005. Let's set those at 1.01. We're going to make the model slightly larger by a fraction. So that basically what it comes down to generate this effect with the model. So you have the Earth is one sphere, and then outside of that you have a sphere that has the clouds and it's translucent, and then outside of that I have a sphere that is the atmosphere, and it is a so for example, if I go and I hide the Earth, whoops, that hid all of them. So there's the atmosphere, and I've applied a particular effect to get it to look, you know, bluish, especially around the edges, so that you get that effect. See how it's not as dense in the middle? It's more out to the edge for the atmosphere. Then, if we hide that, or unhide that, now you've got the clouds. So it's just a bunch of spheres stacked on top of each other, which is kind of how it is in real life. Although the clouds really are not on a fixed sphere, you know? Okay, so let's save that. Push changes. That's going to take a minute or two to upload there. Because, yeah, in this version, so this is like, I don't know what mode you would call this, but it's part of the whole UEFN mode where you're editing stuff. And you can see all the various devices. So you can see the animation devices. They're just sitting on the planet, on Earth there. And yeah, that's how you make it spin. Adding animation devices. Alright, let's close out all these error messages. We know we gotta fix all that at some point. Come up with a new naming scheme. I guess I should move this a little bit further out because it seems to be clipping on the edge of the space there. Yeah. Okay, how's the load going? It's still preparing. You can see that right above me. Over here. There it goes. Alright, upload is complete. Now it's gonna download. In theory. Okay. It didn't work! Why, clouds? Why you no show? This is annoying. Like, they show up in different modes, they show up in the editor. There are clouds out here, but we can't see them in game right now. That's frustrating. Hello, Antarctica. Hello, penguins. Hello, Australia. Okay. I mean... what do I do? What do I do? Should I make the clouds even larger? Static mesh, Earth high-res clouds. Oh, that's curious. So the high-res clouds on the lobby are using this model, this mesh. How about the old lobby? Wait, where is this? Oh, yeah. I put it down under. But I kept it as a reference. You can see how rough it looks. Nearly as clean and nice as what's currently up above. Yeah, did you know there's a button on Earth? Ha! And speakers up on the North Pole? That's what it looks like when you're a developer. All the triggers for the audio. You step on the plate, step in the zone, and then it starts playing, and if you leave the zone, it stops playing. So all the audio. So this is Fortnite. And the name of the map is the solar system. So if we go in here, let's end the game. Close. let's leave. Return to lobby. Yes, leave and return to lobby. So I have 6 islands, 6 games, if you will, that have been published in Fortnite, and I'm about to show them to you. So the solar system, that's what we've been playing because I've been trying to set up some new stuff that I want to put into it. But the objective with the solar system is you run around and try to find all the planets, try and find Pluto, right? And there's an easy mode and a hard mode for that, and there's like, yeah, stuff to do. See how the sun looks less glaring in this video? And it's not just because of the poor quality of the Fortnite, video encoder, but it's because they changed something in the engine, in the rendering, with Unreal. Excuse me. And then this is easy mode, so the planets are larger. You can stand on the Earth, you can hang out at Mars, do all the little things, right? So there's the island code if you want to plug in the 12 digits. Otherwise, you can just type in the solar system, right? And yeah, welcome to a scale version of the solar system. It's 18 kilometers long. Can you find our planetary heart in this great expanse? Be the first to find Pluto and gain bragging rights, top 0.1%. It's actually even less than that. So some analytics from a year ago, around Christmas time, over 3,200 players and only 17 found Pluto. So that is, what is that? 0.005%. So you're in the, yeah, it's even, yeah, you're even better than the top 0.1% if you happen to find Pluto in hard mode. Easy mode, yeah, it's easy. So here's another one. This is my second most popular map. It's called Sapphire City Luna, and it's a city on the moon that I built. And the dome that you saw over the top of it there, that is something that I built in Blender, 3D modeling software, imported into Unreal Engine, and then from there it gets uploaded to the Fortnite servers. And it didn't exist until I put it there. I wanted it to have, like this sense of like you're on the moon, and Fortnite does not have a 300-meter dome. So I made one, put it in the game. And this is just showing some of the different gameplay and some of the different levels inside of this moon city, right? And it's got multiple levels, and here you can see the braces and the struts that are holding up the levels above it. Here's the very top level. You can see the dome there as well. Yeah, Fortnite's video quality for these previews is really terrible, unfortunately. They compress it a lot and degrade the quality because they got a lot of these videos that they have to show people in-game, and so just on their end, to reduce the workload and storage space and stuff, they degrade the quality quite a bit. And this particular map it's kind of moody in terms of like the setting and the lighting and all that. So, but that's Sapphire City Luna. Another one is Yacht Wars, Red versus Blue. So this was an experiment of mine when I was learning how to do textures and altering textures that were already in Fortnite. So these ships are not blue like this. And then when it switches over, you'll see the red. I did all that. I changed these colors over, all of the accent colors and stuff like that, to give you a sense of like, okay, this is clearly the blue yacht. And then when you see the red yacht, same thing. It's like clearly that is the red yacht, and just like that, see? And it's just a free-for-all, 2 teams, first to 30 points. There's 24 players max, so 12 per ship. You got a helicopter you can fly around in. You got a couple of boats, various weapons that you can grab, snipers, rocket launchers, rifles, and stuff like that. And then there are turrets mounted on each yacht as well to help, you know, defend your position, defend your ship. So, yeah. And then glass is actually the very first map I made. And this one was just changing up the playstyle for like what you would normally have inside of Fortnite. But basically everybody starts inside one of these glass cubes, and the structure is 10 wide, 10 long, 10 tall. So there's 1,000 glass cubes here. And the glass breaks if you use your pickaxe or if you shoot it. It only takes 1 bullet to break the glass. But you're not getting any more bullets unless you eliminate another player. Here's the kicker. If you eliminate the player by dropping them into the lava down below, you don't get their ammo. Because it drops with them. Yeah. So, and then Glass 2 was the second map that I made. And this one we put in random bulletproof panels. So you can sort of see, maybe on the screen there, the cracked panels. Those ones are not bulletproof. But you can shoot through them, you can break them, and then also the ceiling and the floor are breakable as well. So you can still drop somebody into the lava. And then we made it, you know, it's 20 cubes wide, 20 cubes long, but it's only 2 tall, 2 floors tall. So that one is called Glass 2. Bulletproof? Question mark? Because you don't know which. Like, you can figure it out, but yeah, you don't know. You could turn around and suddenly you're standing in front of a bulletproof panel and you try to shoot somebody and it doesn't work because, whoops. So, yeah. And actually, so if you look at, put in Sci-Fi Bradley. So you'll see that's my creator code. There's my Fortnite profile there. And then here are the islands, which is a separate deal. As an island creator, I get both tabs available to me. The last map is called Glass in Space. And it's just the same as Glass, but I put it in space. So if you fall, you're not falling into lava, but you're falling out of orbit, and so you can get eliminated that way. So, and I just put these little, you know, jet things on the corner here, boosters, to make it feel spacey, and then, you know, changed up the sky to look all fancy and nebula and stuff, and then put a model of the Earth just back there in the background, so you can play that. Yeah. And so these ones with glass in space, you know, you have to win either 5 or 7 rounds to win the match. So, and you have to win the majority of the rounds. So, with 5 rounds, that means you have to win 3 out of the 5 to be the match winner, right? And then on glass, because that one's 7 rounds, you have to win 4 out of the 3 to be the winner. Now, here's the thing. If you win those 4, like, all in a row, that's the end of the match. Or if you win 3, lose 1, win another one, that's 4 out of 7, you could theoretically win the match in less than 7 rounds, because I've set it up so that, because once you get to that point, like, that's the tipping point. Nobody's gonna beat you for that match, so you might as well just end it and get started with the next match if they win the majority of the rounds. So yeah, that's the game. That's what I'm doing. I'm making and building. I'm just messing around with the solar system because this is supposed to be a test stream, and I'm not doing anything real serious with it. So I'm just trying to, you know, figure things out with why it's doing what it's doing. Yeah, look at the sun there. It's just not crazy like it is now. If we go play this. Alright, finding server. Fortnite pairs. K-pop Demon Hunters. Hunter X. Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. So yeah, there's the instructions for the solar system. Explore all the planets in the lobby. Keep an eye out for clues. The exploration maps are scaled to 18 kilometers, which means the planets are smaller and harder to find. Like, I can show you how small they are. It's kind of wild. And then the difference with easy mode is the same distance, but I made the planets larger. I made them the same size that they are in the lobby when you load in. And, now see how bright that is? That's messed up, man. Like, what did you guys do to the game engine?
Welcome to the solar system main lobby. Earth is scaled to the size of your player character. Other planets are scaled accordingly. You can fly. Double tap jump to enable or disable flight. You have unlimited stamina to run forever. I recommend you do the math. Check back for regular updates.
Do the math. That's why I have calculators all the time. Do the math. And yes, that is my voice. I am the narrator in the solar system, so my voice is in Fortnite.
Earth, at an average distance of about 150 million kilometers from the Sun, is our home planet, featuring diverse ecosystems, liquid water, and a breathable atmosphere.
If you really want more info, you can just step up to the Earth and click on the button. But yeah, you can see all the detail now with this new model that I uploaded a while back. And because previously it looked like Mars. It's kind of grainy and pixelated. Like, it doesn't look good, right? I need to update Mars and probably Jupiter as well, because same thing. Look at how... Whoa. I set the flight speed to maximum because you do have to go 18 kilometers to find everything, honestly. So by being able to fly fast and, you know, giving you max stamina so that you can run forever. But yeah, there it is. We've got Pluto over here.
Pluto was once considered the 9th planet in our solar system before being reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. It is located at an average distance of about 5.9 billion kilometers from the Sun and is known for its small size and remote location.
So if you look at how big that is compared to my character, Pluto's about the size of the moon. Let's go back and show you the moon. It's so bright. Oh my gosh.
The moon is Earth's natural
Actually, it
orbiting
looks like it's
our planet
smaller
at
than the
an average
moon.
distance of about 384,000
Just barely.
kilometers. It is a barren, cratered world without an atmosphere, and its gravitational pull influences Earth's tides.
This is probably why they wanted to demote Pluto to a, you know, dwarf planet, because it's smaller than our own moon here on Earth.
Earth.
Okay, so I'll show you on hard mode. And so these planets, I made the Earth the same size as like a human. That's the scale that I used here. I did not use the distances. I just wanted you to get a sense of like, okay, the sun is that big compared to Earth. You know, Venus is like our twin planet. Mercury, if you look from here, Mercury seems to be almost the size of the moon. Another planet is the size of our moon. Then you got Mars, which is about a third of the size of Earth. Then you got Jupiter, Saturn, and you've got Uranus, or Uranus, depending on if you want to be funny, and Neptune. And these are the gas giants. And these are the scale. Like, if you do the math, this is how they would look relative to each other in reality. And so what I did is I made a find the planets, but we can't see it because the sun is so bright, and Pluto challenge, right? So there's an easy mode and a hard mode, and I'll show you on hard mode. So for this scale, the map is 18 kilometers long. It's built to a 1 to 333 millionth scale. So you know how you build like model airplanes in like a 1/16th scale or 1/24th scale. This is a 1 to 333 millionth scale. That's how massive it is. So doing all the math, the sun is about 4 meters in diameter here. And that's how you fit it at this scale for this map. So now we gotta head north and look for Mercury, which is only like 100 and something meters, but it's very small. You gotta remember, Mercury's like the size of our moon, I don't want to miss it. I think I already did. You have to go in a very straight line. And I'm looking... I can see sort of one of the switches that are normally hidden. For whatever reason, if they're far enough away, it renders into view. Yeah, we missed Mercury. Maybe we can find Venus? Nope, that's Earth. Oh, nope, that is Venus. Okay. Well, but you can see at this scale, this distance, 323 meters, the sun is only the size of about 4 meters. That makes Venus this tiny little, yeah, it's just a baby. Okay, so now if we look north again, whoops, I got out of alignment. We might not find Earth, but we'll try. I think it's at about 525 meters or 65 meters or 600 and I don't remember all the numbers. I'd have to go look it up. Yeah, but you get the idea. We can fly a lot faster, so I'm going to do that. And then I'll show you on easy mode what it looks like. Easy mode. Sorry.
Welcome to easy mode. The planet distances are set to the same scale as the challenge map, and the planet sizes are the same as the lobby.
So this is one of the original materials that I had used for the sun, and you can see how much dimmer it is. It's not overpoweringly bright and crazy, but it also has different noise effect for this dynamic active material. So again, I made them the same size as they are in the lobby, but kept the distances the same. So this is how far you would have to go to get to Mercury. Not that far at all. And we can see Venus from here because they're large enough now with this scale. So Venus and Earth almost the same size, so about the size of your player character, right? They are kind of floating in the air, so that's why they look taller. But there's there's space underneath them where they're floating. And then the Earth-Moon system. See? Clouds. Like, why do these clouds show up and the other ones don't? Also, to the right here, so to the east, is the moon. And I set this up as the real distance. That's how far the moon is from the Earth. And what's wild is that if you copied the Earth, you could stack 30 Earths on average between Earth and the moon. There are times when the moon is closer, there are times when it's further away, because it's not a perfect circle on its orbit. But the average of its orbit, you could fit 30 Earths in between. That's the distance there. So, pretty cool stuff, if you ask me. But yeah, that's what it's like. Making games. And there's so many in Fortnite now, like thousands and thousands of them. But if you can come up with a good idea, I strongly like the last game. Because it's my map. So yeah, you can literally, you just scroll down here and you'll see view details. Demon Rush, K-pop Demon Hunters. Playing now. 45,000 people are playing this game on Fortnite. Team up and rack up multipliers by crushing swarms of demons to earn a chart-topping high score. Take a powerful swing with Rumi's empowered sword and other Hunter X gear. Complete runs to progress your path in the all-new Hunter rank menu and refine your playstyle by building up powerful perks for increased damage, more shields, or more monster parts. Just be sure to show them how it's done. Huh. Interesting. Who is the creator? It's Epic Games. What do you know? So, there's Squid Game, which came out recently, the Walking Dead universe. So I can get a license for these. I could literally make islands using the Walking Dead universe, or Fortnite, Lego Fortnite, Squid Game, or K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, and they just take a cut of whatever I make, which is not a lot, which is why I'm doing Pump Fun and Twitch and YouTube and everything, is so that I can actually pay for a lot. Like, I don't have to work as hard, or work. I can do this as work instead of working my day job. But yeah, you can scroll through. You can see Epic's picks, game collections. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Fall Guys, Rocket Racing. You can see all these other maps, top rated, new and updated. Different creators in your region. Featured collections, battle royale, combat, role-playing, survival, most engaging. So there's like treasure tycoons, warrior tycoon, all this stuff. Plants versus brain rot. Oh my gosh. And you can there's different categories: music and party, driving, platformer, tycoon. Like, what are you looking for? There's so many options. There are first-person islands now, where you can play Fortnite first person, and some of them look kind of creepy, yo. I guess it is Halloween. It's October. It's kind of that season for those sort of things. Updated islands from creators you favorited. So K-pop Island, 1v1v1 weapon run, Halloween prop hunt. Oh, I just saw her Twitter earlier. She posted that this was updated. So this is Sienna FR. She's a French creator, and yeah, follow her on Twitter and stuff. And she's got a handful of maps and has also had brand partnerships in the past as well. So, and you can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and a lot of prop hunts. Really likes that category as far as prop hunts. Halloween prop hunt, zoo prop hunt. So it's kind of like hide and seek in Fortnite. So some people are the seekers, some are the hiders, and if you hide, you use your little ray gun and you turn into a chair or a table or a couch or whatever, a lamp, and then you go and try and hide amongst all the other things in the house. These popular ones. Llama Wars, interesting. Variety, focused on diverse and social gameplay. There's a murder mystery, super pillars. By the way, so murder mystery, they can have that in there, but you have to remember that Fortnite is rated teen, so there's no blood or gore. So they have to work within those bounds. So despite the name, and some of these you see, you know, like the scary, creepy looking ones that we saw, you know, further up the page, like, they still have to work within the realm of no blood, no gore, because it's rated teen. So it can't be freaky, crazy, you know, bad stuff. But Fortnite has so much stuff. Good grief. Driving, team deathmatch, box fights, 1v1, prop hunt, PvE, bed wars, gun game, roleplay, brick life. party games, zombies. Yeah, like there's so much, and you can just, you know, and you can also just go into search for islands or creators. You can search by genres here if you're trying to find something specifically. Snipers, for example. So these are all the sniper type games. Some of them are like Sniper One Shot, right? Pro Snipers, Sniper Wars, Tower Snipers, Rust One Shot, Snipers versus Runners. Like, there's, yeah, such diversity just within Fortnite that you can do. Start making things, which is what I've been doing. What do we get in our locker? A new emote. What did we get? Oh, this ramen thing from K-pop. Oh. I like my little Martian rover. I also like the UFO, little saucer. We got some Galaga, or Space Invaders. We also have some Pac-Man, believe it or not. So, yeah, that's that. Sapphire City Luna. There's the dome over the city. So yeah, that's what it is. That's what it looks like, being a dev. And now I still got to figure out this clouds thing. So I think what it has to do with the mesh, the model that I'm using. Yeah. Because the other ones that are in the lobby, they're using the Earth mesh. Earth Quadrants Atmo. Oh no. So now I gotta go figure out. I need the clouds. So I can do it this way. Might be faster if I do it this way. Five clouds. So these numbers have to match up because they fit on a certain part of the sphere in a particular orientation. In theory. Oh, wait a second. What did I just do? Oh, bother. I should have applied that to the Earth, not the clouds. Way to go, Brad. Question mark. Static mesh. Earth high-res clouds. Alright, let's just undo everything that we just did. So wait, this Earth is using the high-res clouds mesh? Earth quadrants Atmo. Earth high-res clouds. What? That makes no sense. Why is this experimental Earth using the clouds mesh? What is this one? This one has one material. So that's the old. I need to archive some of this old stuff. Like, put it in a different folder or rename it or something. Not very good as a dev to be doing that. Oh, these are the scale models, the little ones and the big ones. This is the old Earth surface because there's only one material, and you can see the size. It's 201 by 202 by 204, so that's in centimeters. So 200 centimeters is 2 meters. And then this one is 201 by 201 by 208. 8 materials. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna open that up. So if we flat shade it, you see all the relief goes away on like the Rocky Mountains here and stuff, right? So adding the lighting with the surface maps gives us that extra detail. Yeah, so this model has all of the materials added to it like it should. Question mark. So Earth high-res clouds. All the materials are added, all the clouds. And yet I have Earth textures on here. What was I thinking when I was making all of this? Why not use Earth Quadrant's tangent? Oh, that's curious. Did you see that wiggle? There's a bit of stretching here in the Mediterranean. Odd. But at least now I'm using the Earth model for the Earth textures. Huh. Well, hello there. Welcome back. And hello, YouTube. We now have somebody from everywhere. Some on pump.fun, some on Twitch, some on YouTube. Okay, so hopefully that figures that out. I don't know if it will or not. Changing the mesh out like that. The materials are correct. It's just weird. And then this one is the model, which we just checked. Let's check it again. It's got all 8 of the cloud materials applied to it, as it should. Eye detail, LED 0. Convex elements, what is that? None. Okay, well, okay. Vertex override color. Generate missing collision. Reorder material to FBX order. That's really nice. Wow. Because that's how I've been well, yeah, I guess I was importing these from Blender back then. These original models, meshes. At least we have all the correct materials on there. So, I don't know, should we try it again? Launch session. Validating local content. It's probably going to ask me to save changes unless I already did it. Matchmaking to edit session. Finding server. Fabulous. We got it. Locking in. Yeah, I know. Error messages popping up like there's no tomorrow. All of which didn't exist until recently, honestly. It's kind of weird. Fortnite updates and it starts breaking everything in your map, in your island. You gotta go fix it. Like in this case, renaming textures that I had originally named with, you know, numbers as the starting character, and apparently that's not allowed anymore. So before we publish any of this, we're gonna have to go fix all that, clean it all up. Loading. Keep that Fortnite loading. Oh, it's the same letter as... Oh, that's funny. Or I hit the wrong letter. I don't know. It's so bright! Okay, so... No clouds. Are you kidding me? At least the Earth still works. You can sort of see the blue outline of the atmosphere. Why no clouds? Ugh. This is frustrating. Clearly the clouds are right here. Toggles force load, keep select items and loading. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so in this mode, see, there's clouds. Like, we can see all the devices and everything. Like this trigger on the floor here and, you know, all that other stuff back at the lobby. Why are these clouds showing up here and not anywhere else? Okay, thoughts? What if it's the animator? Cinematic sequence, high-res Earth. High-res Earth lobby. How do I know what it's attached to? High-res Earth easy, high-res Earth. Earth high-res clouds lobby. That's that one up there. Oh, I see. Okay. So, that's that sequencer. So the other sequencer... Why is this all the way over here? Why is it not over there? And yeah, so that one is over there for the high-res Earth easy. This one is high-res Earth lobby. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna fix this drama, because what was I thinking? Got these cinematic sequencers not even close to the thing that they're supposed to be operating. In this case, planet Earth. Or various versions of planet Earth. Okay. Visibility. Should not be visible? Let's stick it underground just in case. I mean, it says visibility everyone, but I'm guessing that's the animation. It's supposed to be visible. I don't want the device showing, so I'll just let this peek up over here. Okay, and then also, while we're at it, let's separate that out. Wait, there's another one here? Oh my gosh. High-res Earth easy. Okay, so this is the one. That is linked over to the easy. Cinematic sequence device 2, Earth high-res clouds easy, so that's over there. Quick and easy copy paste on that. That was not. That's the location of that Earth. How did this device... There. Uh-oh. Where did you go? High-res clouds easy. We need this one. Now we got it. Okay. Put it there. You can see I made these switches like 1 meter square. Actually, they're 2 by 2. So that explains that. Now, if we go back to the Earth experimental, whoa, that's a cool shot. Got the sun glinting right there off of the ocean. So which one is this one? Cinematic sequence device. High-res Earth, which should be this one in theory, right? Earth quadrants, clouds. Yeah. And then there's the planet. Okay, so question mark. What properties do we need to examine? Rotation, roll, pitch, yaw. Transform. So we can play that. So yaw is currently going. However, comma, the clouds are no longer visible. Why? I think I figured it out, but it's really annoying. Now I gotta figure out visibility is everyone. Play rate of run, finish complete. So that's the thing with these cinematic sequencers. Do I need to replace with selected? Earth high-res clouds. How did this... Existing binding. New binding. High-res clouds. Not easy or anything like that, just high-res clouds. Lobby, easy, tangent. No easy or lobby. Why? Existing binding. Earth quadrants clouds. Earth quadrants tangent. I need to expand these names because I need to see what's... Nope, don't do that. Which mesh is this referring to? This item is a posable reference to an existing object. But where is the object? It's telling me Earth high-res clouds, which is this. But that name does not match this one. There's a blueprint somewhere that I'm missing that I need to be looking at, I think, for the cinematic sequencer. No? Planetary HUD. It's a heads-up display for the planet. Clouds are all there. Materials. These are all the ones that I gotta rename that have these 2K in front of them, or 2024 Eclipse. They're not allowed to have numbers at the beginning of the name for some reason. UI animation, textures, cloud normals, HUD, topo. That's all for Earth stuff. This is for the Earth clouds. What am I missing? It's been a while, y'all, since I did this, so... Texture needs to support streaming. It currently doesn't because its never stream property is turned on or its MIP gen settings are set to no MIP maps. Turn off the never stream property for texture. I've got... the Milky Way. What do I need to turn off? What are the dimensions on this thing? 1024 by 512. Interesting. But we're getting distracted. Yeah, so this is the problem. Cinematic sequencer, level sequence. Move Earth, Mars. Those are for the HUD display things. I want to look at this one, because this one has Earth high-res clouds lobby. there's a thing when you're setting this up. I think it was some sort of naming convention, and I broke protocol on that for some reason. Add the transform track, AD render comp, static mesh component, actor hidden in game. Visibility is on. Get rid of that. See, and it does select the model that it's attached to. This one is attached somewhere else. Weird. Right, so if we click on Earth Quadrants Tangent, it gives us this Earth. Click on this one, it gives us nothing. We need to go find it. What is this? No frickin' way. So it's actually animating the clouds way the heck out here in the middle of nowhere. Oh my gosh. That's bananas. Location. That location should be the same as this location. Which it looks like it is. What the heck? Why is it all the way out here? That ain't right. The location is the same here. Oh, you know what? I need to unparent that. Okay, so now, very different locations. You can see 210,000 on the red axis. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now it's in the proper location, in theory. Yay or nay? Oh, it is. And it's massive. It's huge. What the heck? There we go. Okay, so Now it's tiny again. Yeah, it's inside the planet now. What the heck? So the Earth is 20 by 20 by 20. So if we put this back as a child of that, save that. Now, if we play this, it should work. Okay. Push changes. Save selected. Man, who would have thunk the cinematic sequencer for the clouds would have been pushing it way out in the middle of nowhere on the very first frame. That's why the clouds disappeared. On the very first frame. It's also why they show up here, because this is not animated. This is in the basically the dev view. That's why we can see the tools like the cinematic sequencer. But in the actual play mode, which is what we're trying to load into right now, as soon as the cinematic sequencer turns on, which it auto plays at the beginning when you load into the map, that sphere that has the clouds was getting zipped all the way out yonder. It was basically getting yeeted across the solar system and beyond, and so that's why we could not see it. It was literally moved out of our view because of a messed up location transform here on the cinematic sequencer. Man, how do you come up with that idea when you're troubleshooting? Like, seriously, I was looking at the materials, I was looking at the models, and then I thought, you know, the clouds are supposed to move. Maybe we should look at that device. Whatever's causing that.
Welcome to the
Okay, so now
lobby. Earth is scaled to the size
the cinematic sequencer would have auto-played, causing the clouds to move. Look at that! They're beautiful! They're beautiful clouds! Look at how puffy and beautiful, and they're rotating. They're moving around the planet. The wind's blowing. The clouds. It works! It's working! Yes! Okay. What a wild ride, huh? What a wild ride. Kind of feels like they're moving fast, though. Oh well. It's not real life. It's just a game, alright? It's Fortnite. You just kind of want to give the effect of it moving. Okay, so at this point, the only other thing I kind of want to adjust is the atmosphere, because at this scale, when it's this big and you're looking at it, I kind of feel like we could do a better job, you know? The sit device, yeah. Well, that's the plan, right? This is my makeshift satellite space station. I just kind of put it here. So I was thinking that we would, you know, have a space station that I don't know if we're going to be floating in 0G or if you're going to sit like what you're talking about. We could do both. You have it floating, and then you can just fly over to your seat and sit down and just watch, right? And then have some music playing in the background, because we do have musical devices inside of Fortnite that we can load and like program with our own beats, instrument type of things. Yeah, there's a lot we could do with that. And but yeah, just being able to sit and chill and look at the Earth, or look at Jupiter, or Mars. Some of the other planets don't work out so well, because like the gas giants are mostly like very plain, but when you have, you know, dynamic surfaces like what you see here with Earth or Mars or Jupiter, Jupiter's going to be a wild one. I have no idea how I'm going to animate that one, because the storms in that, you know, as they twist and they turn, how would we cause the storms to swirl and do the things that they do? Here, I mean, the clouds are just kind of fixed and they just drift across the surface, you know? And I have them rotating at a slightly faster speed than what the Earth is doing in terms of its rotation. So that's why you get a sense of movement when you're watching the clouds versus the planet. Then, we need to go over here to Twitch and ban this dude who is advertising. Yeah. So, let's check out the dark side. So, and this is the other thing too that you have to do with the illumination effects, because the light could illuminate the clouds on the dark side. You don't want that happening. See how, well, we just clipped through the frame there. Yeah, the clouds should disappear in the dark. Oh, let's go take a look up here. So let's go take a look at like Japan and South Korea. So you can see there, like, the lights are still kind of coming through on the clouds. And that's the great thing about this type of transparency, is it gives that realistic kind of effect, right? So that it gives you that sense of like realism, even though it's a video game, a cartoon game, you know, a Fortnite. Which is also kind of why you can see the shadows on the mountains over here in like China and Mongolia and so on, because I added, you know, those surface effects, the surface maps, and topology to the model via the materials. So, because if we flat shade this, oh, we're in the game. Whoops. If we go to Unreal, we flat shade it, it looks like that. It just kind of disappears. A lot of cinematics, way too heavy for UEFN servers. Turn them all on a switch. Zip device will give you extra option to start one cinematic when needed. That's true. Yeah, so you can see a sense there. We can see it on Japan. We can see the dynamic with the shadows on the surface maps there. Because if we go flat shading, it just looks like that. So having the dynamic lighting is important. And then also you can see the sun, like it doesn't show up here, but the water, it should reflect the sun, as it does here over the landscape. And as we move around, you can see, you know, these islands have clarity against the glare and reflection of the sun. But if it was flat shaded, like there's really nothing going on there, you know? So, yeah. And you want to talk about sequencers. Did you see how many I had? Scene graph would help? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into some of that stuff. But, this is how many cinematic sequencers I have currently. And then some material parameters. But all of these... And this HUD stuff has to do with in the game. So you see the planets underneath my character? They're kind of grayed out right now. So that's what all those cinematic sequencers are for, is these animate. So when you go and you find the planet, or you find the sun, like I'll show you here. I gotta fix this. This is bananas. Let's go to easy mode. Okay, so when we go over here, so watch the sun on the, I don't know why my health bar is showing up, but it doesn't normally show up. So you see the sun animates and pops up and it shows up there. And then let's go to Mercury and it'll do the same thing. And then Venus. So yeah, that's all the cinematic sequencers currently in there. But it's also really weird that this HUD is showing up now. Like the materials are over there. Yeah, and I have two different suns. So this is the one that I originally had configured with the dynamic moving material. But it didn't seem to quite fit in terms of, you know, because you have those cells, so to speak, on the surface of the sun. And they are very dynamic and they're moving and stuff like that. So that's why I kept this one in here, because this was my original attempt. And I still like it, don't get me wrong. I feel like the other one is better in terms of the representation. I just got to tone down that effect. Also with the coronal mass ejections, you can see there are different types, you know, where the plasma gas is following the magnetic lines of, you know, flux on the surface of the sun. And they're all different sizes and shapes, different configurations. So here we've got like multiples at once. And then because of the randomization with the Voronoi noise that I used, they all look different at the same time. So yeah, it's pretty wild and it just kind of shows. So I think one of the other things that I want to eventually get around to as well is adding some more nanite stuff. So, because you know on the surface of the sun, where these CMEs are exiting the surface, there's activity, there's stuff going on. They don't come out just super clean like what this shows, right? So at some point, I do want to get those added in and animated as part of, you know, what the sun looks like. So if we go over here, look at this. So this has more of that cellularized effect that I see in, you know, pictures from like SOHO, the satellite that's currently studying the sun. There's a couple others as well, but this I feel is closer to what it actually looks like in terms of like the cellularized pockets and masses that are moving around on the surface. But whatever they did, excuse me, whatever they did to the engine earlier this year to Unreal with updates and stuff, like, this is absurdly bright. It did not used to look like this. Something changed with one of the functions that I'm using for the material. So, also it is scalable. So if we go to hard mode, see the noise on this sun? It's actually to scale. It's wild. Like, it might not be exactly to scale, but I was able to achieve basically the same effect for the mini sun. So this is the one where you have to go and try and find the planets. So that's why this one is smaller, because it's actually mathematically to scale, because the map is 18 kilometers long. This is around 4 meters for this rendition of the sun here. Mercury is out there somewhere. I want to say it's 172 meters, but it's also really small at this scale. We missed it the first time we were playing. this earlier tonight. It's like the size of a pea, or a bean. It's very small. See, right here. That's how tiny Mercury is on an 18-kilometer scale map. You literally just barely see the little guy. Yep. So Venus and Earth are a little bit bigger, you know, about the size of a golf ball, perhaps. But yeah, that's the scale model version here for this part of the map. So, yeah, with that in mind, I wonder what else changed. Because now that the HUD is showing up, that just happened. That wasn't happening before. I hope so. This is actually my most popular map. This is my #1 map. All you do is run around and try and find the planets and try to find Pluto. And it is my #1 map. And I haven't even put this into it yet. This is just, you know, an experiment to see how I can set it all up and put it in the map. So, because if you go and play the solar system right now, doo-doo-doo. Right, so right here, the solar system. So, with this one, you're not able to do what we're doing here, because this is... all this stuff I've been doing is just experimental, just playing around. But this map right here, yeah, in Fortnite right now, this is the one that is #1 for me. Sapphire City Luna is #2. And then Glass. Where's Glass? Oh, too late. It's connecting. So, Glass is like my #3 map, followed by probably Yacht Wars. They didn't do a whole lot of numbers. But at least the solar system has hit 5 figures. In terms of, you know, how many plays it's gotten. I'd really like to get more. You know?
Welcome to the solar system main lobby. Earth is scaled to the size of your player character. Other planets are scaled accordingly. You can fly. Double tap jump to enable or disable flight. You have unlimited stamina to run forever. I recommend you do the math. Check back for regular updates.
Yeah. So the way I've got it set up now is you go to the lobby and you learn about the planets, and that's going to help you when you go out and try to find them, right? So for example, you walk up here.
Earth, at an average distance of about 150 million kilometers from the sun, is
and that's where I tell you how far you are.
Featuring diverse ecosystems, liquid water, and a breathable atmosphere.
But then, so once you learn all of that from all of the planets, right? So if you go to hard mode, there's a more extensive description here. And you can see the solar system is built at a 1 to 333 millionth scale. Around it a bit. So at this scale, the sun is a tad over 4 meters tall. So knowing that Earth is 150 million kilometers from the sun, and this is a 1 in 333 millionth scale, right? So if you do the math, you can, you know, tag the sun's position. We head out here, you know, just head straight north. We should be able to find the Earth at the right distance, which is like 625 meters, 627, something like that. Oh, there was Mercury. flew past a tiny little planet. So it's 173 meters. So Venus is gonna be, I don't know, 325, 4 something. Oh, look at that, 323. I don't remember all the numbers exactly, but I have them in a spreadsheet. And I needed that spreadsheet because the first 3 times I played this, I couldn't find everything. I had trouble finding Earth. So 448 meters. That's how the math works out in terms of, like, you know, finding the planets. And then there's the little bitty moon. Earth and moon. So yeah, it's like, so when you're back at the lobby, yeah, you gotta learn about all of this stuff and figure out, you know. So it might take you a while to play it. Especially getting out to Pluto. Pluto's at like 17.7 kilometers. It's an 18-kilometer map. So it's out there. But yeah, and that's why I made an easy mode, because some people aren't going to do all that math. And it's going to be hard to try and find something that's bean-sized or smaller. So that's why we did easy mode, and I kept the planets at this size you see here, but then used the distances from the hard mode map. So it's a combination of the lobby and the hard mode. It's just a lot easier to find Earth when it's the same size as your player, right? You know?
Earth, the moon. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun, situated at an average distance of about 228 million kilometers, and it is known for its reddish appearance, dusty surface, and potential for water.
So yeah, and speaking of doing all that math, I actually was going to make it rounded off. I was going to do, what was it, 1/100 millionth? But it was too small. So I had to triple it in size. This is the, so what you saw on hard mode, that's the result of tripling it in size. So taking it from a 6-kilometer long map to an 18-kilometer map, and still Mercury and Pluto are, you know, the size of a pea or a bean, like they're super tiny. Earth is only about the size of, you know, a golf ball. But yeah.
Pluto was once considered the 9th planet in our solar system before being reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. It is located at an average distance of about 5.9 billion kilometers from the Sun, and is known for its small size and remote location.
And so you mentioned the whole aspect of learning for students. So that's the brief, you know, explanation. If you want to find out more info, you can. I put a switch on each planet, and you can tap that and get a much more expanded description for the planets.
As a dwarf planet in 2006, at an orbit of about 5,906,400,000 kilometers, remains a mysterious and distant world. Situated in the Kuiper Belt, a region filled with icy objects beyond Neptune, Pluto is smaller than Earth's moon and possesses a frigid, tenuous atmosphere primarily composed of nitrogen. Its surface is marked by a variety of features, including vast plains, mountain ranges, and a heart-shaped region known as Tombaugh Regio.
Right there.
Pluto has 5 known moons, the largest of which is Charon, a moon so massive that it shares a unique gravitational dance with Pluto, causing both to orbit a common center of mass. NASA's New Horizons mission, which conducted a historic flyby in 2015, greatly expanded our knowledge of Pluto, revealing its diverse landscapes and geological activity. Was once considered the 9th planet in our solar system before being reclassified.
I triggered the other audio.
The enduring mysteries that it is located at an average distance of about 5.9 billion kilometers from the Sun, and is known for its small size and remote location.
I did set a cooldown timer on that, but the expanded description is so long that, oops, you can trigger it again accidentally. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. But and then it was a little hard before to find the switches, so I put that little nanite effect there in front of all the switches so you know where to stand. Like, you can see when you get close enough, like the switch, but this is for the brief summary. So just little user interface improvements that I've been trying to make. And yeah, if you back out, if you get far enough away, like, it cuts the audio. So maybe you read all this really quickly, you don't want to listen to me yammer on, just leave. Back out. Fixes it. So, I do wonder about Saturn. Like, so the whole having a satellite lobby where you're just sitting and chilling, because you can't really see anything here. Like, you wouldn't be able to see anything in real life either. Like, if you look at pictures of Saturn, like, and even some of the video clips they managed to capture with, like, the Cassini space probe and stuff like that, it looks like this all the time. You can't tell that it's moving. Here in this D band, there's a little moon that flies through the gap, right, on Saturn's rings, and the only time that you see, like, a deviation from this nice clean line right here is when that moon is coming through on its orbit. It leaves little swirls, gravitational eddies. So that might be something that I could possibly add somehow, but we'd have to have, you know, like a space station situated at just the right angle, so you're looking at Saturn and maybe the moon would kind of drift through and you'd see those little eddies come through. I'd have to figure out how to get, you know, the material to do that effect. Probably could. I mean, I've done all this other stuff, right? Look at that thing. I did that. It should be easy enough to get all that done with the material. Here's the thing. So, you know how I was working with the cinematic sequencer to get the clouds to rotate properly on the Earth, and I have the Earth rotating? This sun, both suns, no cinematic sequencer. It's all in the material. So I set up the movement in the material itself, not on the mesh. So I didn't have to use a sequencer for those. It's a consideration for... On the original Earth and clouds that were used here, they were low enough resolution I used just the one mesh, the one model. But now that I've broken up this Earth here, this is 8 pieces. That's how I got the quality, the clarity so high. This is 8 pieces. You can see the seam here on the equator. Oh, it kind of disappears there. But this is 8 pieces. There's 4 on top and 4 on bottom. I had to break it up because, you know, the texture resolution in Fortnite, they limit it to 2K. So each of these, the quadrants, northern hemisphere, quadrants on the southern hemisphere, they're all 2K. That's how I was able to get this level of clarity for this model of the planet. Same thing with the clouds. So in that respect, I had to end up using the cinematic sequencer, because if you were to animate the materials now, they're going around just like a 1/4 of the globe, of the sphere, and that would just really mess up like the material and the texture and where everything's going. It would look really odd. I don't know if you could get the timing down just right or whatever. Maybe you could make that work, but yeah, I had, in order to get this level of detail, I had to break the Earth up into 8 pieces: north and south, southern hemisphere, northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. Yeah, and then texture everything on top of that. So when you look at my models, there's 8 textures on this mesh, right? Eight textures. They're all right where they need to be in order to get semi-seamless, not perfect. I wish I could do better with it. But yeah, I used 8 materials. They're all 2K each, maxed out. I wish I could do more. It would be so cool. I thought about doing the next level, but the problem is you have a square of the cube, so 8 turns into 32. I have to break the Earth up into 32 pieces to get double what this is. So we went from 1 to 8, or wait, 8 times 8 is 36, isn't it? 6 times 8 is 42. 8 times 8 is 48. Oh god. Math, hard. That's why I have the calculator, right? Anyhow. Is 64. Oh god, yeah. Killing me, Smalls. Yeah. That would be absolutely insane. But it would be super high quality, let me tell you what. Be amazingly sharp. I can't imagine how much work that would take. Like, doing just this upgraded version, going from 1 mesh to 8 meshes to increase the quality of the Earth. I mean, it took me, because I have a day job, so it took me a couple of weeks just to do that, to go from 1 to 8. Now I'm gonna square that again and go 8 times 8 to go to 64. I'm talking months of work just matching up meshes with textures, and you're gonna have, yeah, broken up into 8. Break this up into 64 instead of just 8, you know? So, and then I did the same thing with the clouds. Notice there's 8 materials on the clouds over here. Because I wanted the clouds to match the resolution of what we've got with the ground, with the surface. Kind of crazy. But I guess that's me. Yeah, in certain spots sometimes you can see there's a line here at like the India, Pakistan, Afghanistan border. There's a line right here. You can also kind of see in the clouds there's a break right there. Couldn't get them to quite match up. So when you're doing your UV texture mapping onto the model, like, yeah, look, here's where those quadrants all come together on this side. Trying to match up all the UVs, the textures with the map. So, but if you're far enough away, can't really tell. So I would like to have it at a high enough quality. If we position it just right, where you're on your satellite, it looks good and it hides those seams, so it looks just looks good, you know. But yeah, that's how I kind of figured out a way to get past Fortnite's limitations in that respect, is by breaking up the Earth model into 8 pieces. Okay, so let's go back here. Recommend, return to lobby, yes. Hunter X Unite. Got a new wallpaper. Cool. Alright, so back to this. The atmosphere, the material for this. Base color. where's the Fresnel? Exponential? Exponent. On the Fresnel. How much does this alter? I'm just looking at the edge here. Okay, so yeah, that's going to alter the blue levels there. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to see... That's what we're adjusting. We're adjusting that thin edge. So we change that back to 4 where it was before. Yeah, see, it comes out this way. Hello there, Orbity. Welcome in. Question mark. Can we do negative numbers here? Apparently. Let's try it and see. Yo ho! Okay, so now... That's crazy. But here's the thing. That actually looks better. Okay, so here's the thing. When you look at Earth, the blue kind of fades away as you go out from the surface of the Earth. Problem is, this is filled in the middle here, and I don't know what I would use to subtract that. Short of making a new object that only has a thin shell surface. Because right now the blue is covering up the planet. You can't see the surface. Could I use another Fresnel to subtract in this? Probably not. I don't know why this is all here. Oh, the atmosphere. But it's already... It's already dark on that side. It's already unlit. Just like the clouds would be. Like naturally. So the object provides shadow automatically. And the object being the Earth, obviously. This is a heck of a view. You got the lit up North America over here. You got the sun glinting off of the surface of the Pacific Ocean over there. We might have to have multiple space stations situated around the Earth, because there's some very cool looking views we could do with this. But the way that this Fresnel was currently set up is, so if I hide the Earth, whoops, see how it's brightest at the outside edge of this circle and fades away as it goes in? That's the inverse of what we want. And so I need to figure out a way to get it to go the other direction, which I kind of did when I put the negative symbol in front of the exponent for the Fresnel. Because we would need a transparency in the middle. Yeah, so there's the opacity. That's what we are rendering right now. Is there a way to change this color? I can barely see the texture in here. Lit. Unlit? Nope. Wireframe. Detail lighting. Lighting only. No. I want to change this background. Right click on it doesn't do anything. Preview scene. Background? Oh, there it is. Oh, no background. Floor? That really doesn't help. Rotate sky and direction? No. Directional light color. Environment. Environment color. Oh, hey, look at this. Can we just go like black? Okay, so parameters, nodes view, details, surface translucent, opaque. That doesn't help. Two-sided, no. Is sky. I mean, technically? Volumetric directional. Surface forward shading. Lighting will be calculated for a surface. Use this on translucent glass surfaces like glass and water. This is implemented with forward shading, so specular highlights from local lights are supported. However, many deferred-only features are not. This is the most expensive translucency lighting method, as each light's contribution is computed per pixel. Dang, bro. Translucency volume. The light is accumulated in a volume, so the result is blurry, limited distance, but the per pixel cost is very low. Can't see anything. Oh, now we can. Weird. I guess it takes a second to load in, huh? Well, heck. Yeah, because the thing is, we would want it to get darker at the outer edges. These are some of my better renders here. Let's take a look. Yeah, see this, I'm able to create the limb with the atmosphere. This is in Blender, is what I created, what I generated these images with. So yeah, it should fade out to black as you go out. But like, here's the thing, I don't know how to do this in Unreal Engine. I only know how to do this in Blender. Also, we get a lot greater detail because we can use higher res textures. I just had a thought. A lot of it is all just visual manipulation anyway. So, what if we just put the planet in front of an an image with the atmosphere already rendered. Like we could just have a plane, a flat plane that has all of this pre-rendered, right? Like this whole atmospheric effect. You just line it up with the line of sight for wherever you are on your space station. And then you can put your Earth and your clouds on there. Your atmosphere is not an atmosphere. It's just a backdrop to make it look like there's an atmosphere there. We could still use some sort of like system that we have now with some effect of the blue, but to really make it dramatic and look more realistic, yeah, it would just be a little bit of tomfoolery on the old eyeballs. Yeah. Thoughts, yeah. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. Also, I need to go to the bathroom, so I am going to take a break. A bio break for a minute or two.
Battery 20%.
Oh, let's see. We're back. Sorry about the wait there. Also got some tea going, cooking that up. I'm thinking I want to switch gears right now. Gonna move out of dev mode. Do some play. Do some gameplay. We will play some Fortnite now. So let's do this first of all. Let's shut this one down because this session was tied in with UEFN. So close that down. Do I have... Switch back to this then. Alright, let's shut down Unreal Editor. In fact, just to clear the cache and everything, I am going to go ahead and reboot this computer. The beauty of having a dual computer setup is I can keep streaming, talking to you all, while we reboot the other computer, clear out the memory cache, you know, clean things up with the system. It's just nice to do that. Makes things run a little bit smoother and cleaner once we actually like fire up the game. So yeah, play a little bit of Fortnite. Actually do some gameplay. See what this whole new K-pop Demon Hunters is all about. New gameplay mode. Okay. Welcome. Screen capture. Firing up Fortnite now. Here we go. Starting Fortnite. Connecting. Okay. Now we can probably go full screen. Demon Rush. I gotta figure out what this is. Also, we got some stuff to claim. Oh, we got that new wallpaper. Which is K-pop. Yep. OG pass, huh? Music pass. Oh my gosh. I don't even do any of the music stuff in Fortnite. I just haven't gotten around to it. Drumsticks, huh? Lego pass. Blue armor. Character. Some new back blings. Oh, from the OG pass, yeah. Pickaxe. I wish they would make it more obvious, because these little yellow dots kind of annoy me. Now I got a filter because it doesn't put it automatically at the top. Oh, the drumsticks. Junk it. Funk up the junk. Part of the Trashy Treasures set. Huh. And it's a pickaxe? Huh. Curious. Huh. Interesting. Lobbies. Got some new music. Oh, that's what that one was. Child of Dawn. Get our old man dance on. Loading screen. Camp Calamity. Oh, that brings back some memories. A drum set. My locker loadout. Why is it not going away? Oh, because we have a different style. Edit styles. Okay. Curious. What is this? Demon Hunter rank. Oh. Oh. Crit chance, damage increase, crit damage, health regen, starting shards, starting ammo, ammo drip, reload speed. Take down demons and demon rush to get stronger. Okay. Okay, if we're gonna be doing Demon Hunter stuff, we should probably have a different character than the astronaut, right? Who should we be as a Demon Hunter? A Xenomorph? How about a Predator? I mean, come on. Ripley. I suppose we could be Aloy. Aloy. Raven wouldn't be bad as a Demon Hunter, right? Right? Lara Croft could probably pull that off pretty well. Oh, Doom dude. Do I have a different skin for him? Edit styles. Oh, I do. So we've got the green for the Doomslayer, the black, and the white. Astro armor. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? Let's go look at some more. Ooh, Dusk. She's pretty wicked. Demon Slayer for sure, right? We could roll in as RoboCop. Of all people. She-Hulk, Zig, Zenith, Visitor. There's some OG for you. Sentinel. Imagined. Let's see, who else? Demon Hunters. Got Primal, Optimus Primal. Or just straight up Optimus Prime. Not a Demon Hunter. Eternal Voyager. Solid Snake, Omega Rock, Ahsoka. We got Cerberus. We could do some. We could rock our T-60 power armor. Or the Mark 45. Or War Machine. Iron Patriot. Night Coven. I already have this one. Mecha Godzilla. Demon Hunters. We'll go in as Ripley. That's so hilarious. Okay. Hunter rank. Demon Rush. Phil. Play. Sure. Let's go. I hope I don't have to mute anybody when I roll in there. By the way, the cat carrier on her back, watch that, because Jonesy. Get a high score. Earn points by eliminating demons, looting score multipliers, and activating the Cursed Tiger statue. Huh. Okay. Keep up, Demon Hunters. Demon Rush! Appleman, 1811. Defeat demons to level up your hunter rank. Okay. Waiting for players. Can you appreciate this joke?
Bruh. Anime.
Kinda loud.
That's cool.
Spaced jump. Where are we going? Oh, we're going down here? I got a shotgun. Yep. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, this is a build map? Curious. Flowberry Fizz. I feel like I've seen this before in this map. This is like a regular map, yeah? Also, what is up with this storm? Reroll, hold. Greatly increase your max shield. Okay. $175 on the shield. Melee attacks. Why would I do that? Kind of gives me a sense of save the world, to be honest. And I should have saved that junk rift for this, I suppose. Interesting. Emoting for a short time releases an explosion around you. Close quarters. Deal minor increased damage when enemies are nearby. Let's do the explosion when we're emoting. Alright, reload all the weapons. Got some gold! What is this? Ah! I need crystals for that, though. What happened to my explosion when I emote? Picking up some crystals. Are there health items somewhere. Now I understand why everybody was going this way, because the storm is going this way. Ha! Monster part damage, carb loading. Oh, health regen. Yeah, definitely need that. Where's King? There you are. Get those shields up. How do you know what... Oh. Health shield, crit damage, start ammo. Perks. Carb loading. Dance vibes. Juggernaut. What is dance vibes? Does it tell you what you get? V. Ooh, that was painful. You are a son of a gun. Monster part upgrade bench. Gummit. Yep, this is totally giving me Save the World vibes. Just saying. Gotta get me some shields here. Melee damage is greatly increased. Gain random amount while sprinting. Whoops. Yeah, I can melee too, you know? Ooh, this is curious. Everything needs reloading, for crying out loud. What is that? Huh. Monster vending machine. I don't have enough for anything. Alright, reload all the things. Don't have enough to upgrade that. What are we getting? Light ammo weapon bounces to nearby targets. Yeah. Getting greatly reduced. Prepare for battle. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my. That was not the place to be. Holy smokes, that was a beast of a hit. Reload. Silly. Oh my gosh. Really? I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh! What even happened in all of that? Leaderboard. Match stats. Assists, 29, revive 0, actually 71% damage players. Headshots, distance traveled. Yeah, I don't know what. That was kind of wild. Huh? Crazy game. One to 5. How do you rate the following screen? Locker. Neutral? I don't know. Hunter prank. We got some Lego rewards. Okay. Golden Glam Powder Room. Because that's what you need, is a powder room. Might as well. Demons everywhere. 7 o'clock. Limited zone. Oh, this training grounds looks familiar. Shotgun. Much rather have that than the pistol, I think, at this point. What do you got here, rifle-wise? Same thing. What do we got? Anything good? No. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh yeah, we can build. Huh. He's just bouncing on the thing. That's hilarious. Zoe's bubble shield. Tiger's teleporting mask. Curious. I got 2 of these ready. Minor chance to increase your max health. Instantly consume monster parts to restore health when damaged. Restore a minor amount of health and shield after each elimination. I like that one. Didn't want to go that far. Honk. Reload the shotgun. Reload the SMG. Where is our friend, who is quite injured? anything here we can get? Prepare for battle. Gain a mid-air leap and deal damage to nearby enemies when landing. Yes. Look at that. I like it. Oh, shoot. I gotta reload everything. Good grief. Where's our friend? Are we able to revive? Friend. What is this? Oh. Do we have to just wait to revive somebody then, or like... Random manual was pinching. Yeah. Why would I want icy feet? That's curious. They're back. How did we revive them? Oh, we gotta go that direction. Oh, for crying out loud. Reload the shotgun. Wrecker revolver. I don't have enough for that. Difficulty level 1 of 4. Holy smokes, he's right on top of me. Reload. Oh my goodness. Nope. Ah, I don't even know what's going on. Oh, party was overrun. Curses. I have no idea. Okay, personal best was 42,175 on the last game. This one I only did 37,690. Okay. Well, that one's got me all worked up. I think I should go feed the dogs and make dinner. That was pretty fun. So, yeah. I think for now, we're going to call it for dinner break. I don't know if I'm going to come back stream anymore tonight, but we'll see how I'm feeling about things. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, see you around. Thanks for watching today.